Hi guys, you've got the Oracle there back for round 1 of this also of the Gatewatch draft with a sweet red-green beatdown deck. My hand is quite great. Yeah, it's perfect. I'm gonna keep it. I'm on a play also, which is quite important with my deck because my goal is just to turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, and those kind of aggressive draw. Um, I mean, my goal is just to make those aggressive draw and kill my opponent quite fast. Anyway, I drew a enter, which is decent. Um, any creature is good because of the saddleback. So if the opponent plays something, I might trade there. We'll see what it is. Okay, Oblivion Strike was a decent draw since I have the access to black. Just in one more land and I can do a lot of things, I feel like. If the opponent blocks there, I'm fine. If it doesn't block, I'm fine too. As it does block. Okay, sure, no problem. I guess I'll play Predator first. The reason being, I wanna I want as much land as possible to trigger that thing. If I don't draw land next turn, that's a bit annoying. But on the off chance that I do draw land, I'd rather have that on the battlefield than the Enter. As we are playing Black-White Ally, I would assume Sears Lantern is fine. And I did draw land, which is just great for me. So I'll be able to play my Hunter. I just want to, have the most value with the Lagak as possible. Attack for 4. And yeah, the deck is doing what it's supposed to do, which is attacking aggressively with a big creature. Since the opponent took a turn just to cast that, they need a decent amount. Oh, okay. Well, that's I'm glad to have that Oblivion Strike because that thing is nearly unbeatable if it stays on the battlefield. Alright, alright. Well, that's something. Definitely striking that before anything else. And I guess attacking for 5. Drawing a land there would have been good. I didn't. It is not the end of the world. Especially since, not drawing land during turn where your opponent doesn't have any blocker for the Predator is less annoying than when they do have a blocker. That thing is quite hard to beat most of the time, I would assume. It's not an ally. Well, a 3/4 lifelink for 4 is already quite good. Tar Snare, my Predator. Okay, I guess that's not too bad, because it doesn't seem like... I mean, it seems like I cannot draw any lands. And a Scythe Master, which cannot actually block my Hunter. If the opponent is willing to block, I don't think it's gonna happen though. But if they block, they just take basically 3 off trample and lose their creature. I don't think it is likely to happen. So now I have basically 2 choices. I can either... I don't think Lagak is the best play, but I can either Geopede, Landfall, deal 1 to my opponent, which is the play with the, I would say, the most value. Just because I don't miss a land drop of the Geopede. On the other hand, I feel like playing the Hellion is just better. I'd rather have a 2/4/4 Trampler on the battlefield next turn if possible. I lose an activation of the Geopede there, obviously, but I still think it is a better play. Because now, my opponent has basically 1 toughness on the battlefield, and he's facing 4, potentially 5, 8, potentially 9 power of Trampler. So he really needs... Okay, that's not enough. That's not good enough, actually. He can trade, but he still pretty much dies to the trample, I feel like. If I draw a forest, it is also great, because I can tunneling Geopede. Yeah, they need... Maybe if they have the Tar Snare here and can kill my Hellion, that's good for them. That aside, I like my chances. As Vision... Okay. The issue with that card is it's good if you are offensive, but if you are getting hit, it is not really what you want to do. I mean, I will lose life, but he will die before that. Anyway, I'm quite sure the opponent is dead here. Yeah, he's just dead on the board. because I have basically 8 power of trample against. No, never mind. He's not dead. He can just go to 4. Um, I mean to 2. So I have two choices. I could either saddleback or feel like the tunneling Geopede plus boost the enter is just a better play actually. Now I'm getting value out of the Geopede. I have to do it this way so I can activate my enter. Anyway, as I said, Vision of Brutality is probably decent if you are the aggressive player. If you are getting attacked, not the best. Not the best at all. Guess my opponent is gonna block this way. Yup, pretty much what I expected. I will boost my thing. Take a decent amount of damage, but I don't care too much. I could have played a saddleback. This would have saved my Hellion, but basically now the opponent is dead to any land I draw. And he's already quite in a bad spot facing those two things, so okay, I guess Forest is just gonna seal the deal for me. Unless they have, maybe if they have the Dazing Reflection, they can prevent all the damage from Geopede, but they would still die from the Enter. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be game. I was quite lucky to have the strike for the Kalitas, because that thing is very hard to beat. I guess my deck does have 1, 2, 3 and 3rd to that card, so it's not nothing. Anyway, as I said, I think I like those big creatures against an ally deck. They tend to struggle dealing with those, since they have creatures that are smaller. I could almost play those 2 single and try to be extremely aggressive. It is not something I would do on the draw though. I don't think there's really anything I want to side in. Did I see any? No, I don't think this is looking great right now. Uprising maybe? Not sure that it would be better than other thing, especially since that is probably better on the play. Since you can trap their 2-drop with it, after that it becomes a bit more annoying to use. I guess it can kill Kalitas actually, if they have nothing else. That is not extremely likely. I think that's not relevant enough that I want to side this in. So I guess I'm gonna keep my deck the way it is. And depending on what I see next game, I might add things. Maybe the Uprising, not sure, we'll see. My hand unfortunately is gonna be a mulligan. Cannot really afford to keep one spell, 6 land. That's quite unfortunate. This is not great, but I think I'll keep it. I have a Scry, hopefully I can... Yeah, I kinda want that, but on the other hand I need a green. Guess I'll bottom, that's a bit greedy. Anyway, my keep is greedy too, but I don't think I can really afford to go to 5 card. That draw was fairly awful. I might just play two land and just die before I can cast anything, as the opponent plays a crawler, which is not too threatening. Strike is, it's gonna be good if I can just get land. Maybe that putting mountain on the bottom was greedy. The main reason I did that is because of the Seed Guardian. I just want to be able to have green mana. That might have been too greedy though. Allied Reinforcement, that's pressure. I guess I'll pass the turn. Unfortunately, when you mulligan an awful hand into a land that has 2 land and you don't manage to draw more, that's annoying. Okay, Relief Captain now. Well, I guess this game is gonna be quite short, unfortunately. Yep. Getting it for 6. Yeah, I'm basically dead in 2 or 3 turns. I guess Guardian could help me come back in this game, but I will lose too much life. If I draw Forest into Forest, this might do the trick. I'm rather unsure though. Especially if my opponent just have a few removal. A Vision of Brutality on my Nettle Drone means I take 10 this turn and I'm dead afterwards. So I don't like my chances. I still stand by my keep. It was not amazing, but I think it was, you know, I really don't think going to 5, even though I wasn't draw, would have been a good solution. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have any follow-up. It's not very likely though. Alright, I think that's gonna... Actually, I have reach. I have reach with the Seed Guardian, and then I can Oblivion Strike the Glider. I still don't like my chances at all, but there might be a way for me to come back in this game. Not extremely likely though. You just need a few removal to basically win here. If he attacks with everything, I take 6, go to 2. Yeah, I don't like my chances at all. Alright. It would be fun that he uses the ability to be flying and vigilant. No, he will not do that though, just because he would have done that early. If he didn't notice about the Seed Guardian's ability. Anyway, I went to 3 there. Don't really think I can come back unless they play nothing here, which is not very likely. Okay, Chandler. Well, let me think. If I strike the Chandler, I'm just dead on the board. Unless they forgot to attack with Crawler, which is not extremely likely. I guess I showed the strike game 1, so I don't really mind showing it now. I guess I'll try to do that and bluff something, and it's not likely that my opponent doesn't go for the kill, but I can do that mostly because I already showed the strike, so it doesn't really matter that my opponent sees another card. If he sees the kill, that's great. I lose, not much I could have done. If they don't, I might come back. Okay, that's gonna be game. Let's concede. Well, that did not went very well for me. Basically, mulligan into a mediocre keep was quite bad. Still don't think I want to side in anything. Gonna keep the deck the way it is. Yeah, basically I just want to make a decent draw, in which case I should be able to do something. I don't think that keeping the mountain on top would have changed anything last game, just because I would have cast the drone 1 turn later no matter what, just because I would have drawn it a turn later, and I would have drawn my forest later on too. So actually I think it was still right. Maybe keeping the hand was not right, not sure. Anyway, my hand is not the most aggressive, but I will keep it. It is decent. I have a removal for Kalitas, which is probably one of the most threatening thing my opponent can do. Seed, worst case scenario, I can Seed Guardian on turn 4, which on the play should help me not die. If my opponent has a very aggressive draw, that might go bad for me, but honestly, on the draw, that hand is a bit slow, but on the play I feel like it is fine. A 3-1 here is a bit annoying. I guess I'm willing to trade my Geopede for that. Not sure. Feels like the Geopede is just a better card overall, and that I will have the Guardian to block things. So actually I'm not gonna block if he attacks, I think. Yeah, that seems fine. Now I'll attack. Especially since, cannot really block the Sightmaster efficiently. If he wants to trade, that's fine too. He might do that. Honestly, I'd rather take 3, my opponent take 1, and I trade for a thing that could potentially have first strike. doesn't change a whole lot. I still think it is fine. I will play Seed Guardian before Embodiment of Fury. And overall, making trade is good for the Seed Guardian, so there is that too. Vision of Brutality on the Guardian could be good for my opponent though. As I play a crawler there. Okay, that's fine. They have access to a good amount of mana, but no black. Does this give haste? I think it does, yeah. I don't wanna Stone Fury yet. Alright. Yes. I guess do I want to trade my embodiment for 3 damage and a castigator? Don't think so. Especially since I have more lands coming up as well as a Stone Fury. I think I will. Actually, I'm dumb, but I cannot attack with that yet. Never mind. For some reason, I thought it was even more broken than it is, and that it also had haste. But no real question there. I guess the question will come in place next turn, though. But next turn, I might Stone Fury something. We'll see. We'll see. As the opponent is still lacking black mana and plays a Chandler, alright. This is definitely getting Stone Furied. Brute Strength was a decent draw. Sure. Well, I guess first thing first, I will Stone Fury that thing. Don't think there's an argument for not doing that. So, now, I don't have any more lands except I think I want a creature with that anyway, so guess I'll still attack with those and keep the brute strength. I guess if let's say I attack with everything, he blocks there, then takes 9 and go to 4, and then I have the brute strength. I lose the ability to animate a land though. I will have only the Seed Guardian left. Not too great. I think I just attack with that, and my attack with the Embodiment of Fury is gonna be next turn when I can brute strength. And he trades there. Great, great for me. Well, I'm definitely glad he did that. I don't need that land. I still dealt to them. That seemed like a weird trade from my opponent. Especially since, I have 6 lands, so I don't really need it. And they still took 2 of the trample. I'm a bit confused about that. Okay, that's a good removal spell. Not much I can do or say about that. Mackenzie Slide Runner. Alright, so I could attack and brute strength. He would lose that and take 2. That seems like a decent trade. The reason I will do that is also because I'd rather use brute strength when my opponent is tapped out than at any other moment. And I have the Slide Runner as another play to make. And I kind of want to get rid of that thing. I mean, I will need to get rid of that thing at some point too, so I think it is a fine play to do that. Had I drawn a 5-drop, I might have, changed up my mind, but here and it also keeps my my draw aggressive. As the opponent cast a Munda Vanguard. That thing is quite threatening. Not sure that the opponent will have the time to actually use it efficiently. I guess first thing I will, seek the wild. And I think Path Warden is just better than Invoker there. Even though I could cast the Invoker this right turn, I think this is just gonna be better over the course of the game. And now the opponent kinda has to either chump with Crawler or, trade that thing for my Slide Runner, which he might do. I understand that he could want to keep that around, but okay, so he does jump. Alright, well that's fine. That card is strong. If he managed to come back in the game, this might save him. If he has Allied Reinforcement, it means he has 2/3/3 as well as a 4/4 next turn. Well, that could make him come back in the game. That card is actually quite good. So I hope no Allied Reinforcement. Relief Captain. That's also good, but less good, I would say. Alright. So I do not have any good attack there, like at all. If I attack, it just blocks there and there, and actually, I can make it 3. Yeah, actually I have a good attack there. I don't mind trading my Seed Guardian. I wanna, keep all the lowest amount of creature for him, and he has to get rid of that. So I think it's fine attacking there, especially since it makes it less likely that you can double block that next turn. Yeah, that seems like a fine attack, especially since the Seed Guardian provide me with a quite big creature. Actually, not so much, a 3/3. Yeah, that still seems like a decent attack to me. Because he has to trade a relief captain, and I really want to keep his creature on the battlefield amount as low as possible, um, just because of that thing. And now I guess I have a 4/4 actually because I lost 2 creature. There is that too. My board state is not extremely good though. That thing is really strong and annoying. Might not be able to ever kill my opponent. He needs just a few cards to come back. Oh, he conceded. So apparently he had 2 black cards in hand, I would guess. Not sure why he didn't scry on the upkeep to, try to find something that would have been maybe better. That was lucky. I think if my opponent did had his black, he would have been able to do things. I was not doing much. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this match. Feel free to leave a like or subscribe if you did, and I see you guys for round 2.